Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to this week's edition of Ask Coach Marie. I'm Marie O'Neill, founder of Padma Life Coaching, and your host on this series. This is the place where you ask a question and I give you my unique opinion as a life renewal coach, astrologer, and past life regression facilitator. I'm not a therapist, and I will never tell you what you must do. Each week on Friday, a new video is released with me answering 2 questions from the viewers. I'll also talk about other topics such as life renewal topics, basically. So let's go ahead and get started with this week's questions. The first question comes from Judith, who is in Adelaide, Australia. Judith says, I've been pondering the question of why I'm here. If what I read is correct, all of us choose to be born for a particular reason. My question is why? That's a very good question, Judith. And it's one of those questions that I believe most of us at one point or another in our lives ask. I will give you my opinion on this. Now, I believe that we come here for experience, to learn. I believe that we are a part of the whole, the all, the everything. You can call that all, everything, whatever you want. You can call it the universe, God, Jehovah, Allah. It doesn't matter what you call it, or at least it doesn't matter to me. What does matter is that we are a facet of that energy, and that energy wants to have experiences, basically wants to know itself. And it can only know itself by dividing itself into many facets and having us come out and into the world, into the universe, and have experiences. When we incarnate, actually, when we begin the incarnation process, we are doing our best to just go out, have lots of experiences, and not worry about where we come from or, our origination or why we're here or anything like that. The question of why we're here typically arises when we have made a connection between our personality and our higher mind or our soul, which is the soul is that part of us that is connected, that is actually the all, the everything, or that piece of the all, everything that is within us. When we make that connection between the personality and that piece of us, we then start to question, because what we're doing is we're working our way back to being completely connected, connecting the personality and the soul together. And so we have to question, we have to start asking why we're here. Each lifetime, of course, is unique. And with each lifetime, we decide before we incarnate what it is we want to experience. In some lifetimes, we want to experience wealth, and other times, we want to experience poverty. In some lifetimes, we want to experience, well, in all lifetimes, we want to experience being a particular race. It really doesn't matter which race you are as far as the big picture is concerned. It just matters based on the experiences we want to have. So when you ask the question of why you're here, if you want to get narrower on that, then you would need to look at your astrology chart and look within yourself to find out what it is you enjoy, what it is you feel called to do. That is those are actually the best ways to find out why you're actually here. And, you could be here to have the experience of going to the moon, or, and not most people don't go to the moon, by the way, but you could have that experience. Have that desire built within you. I mean, the astronauts who did go to the moon, they had to have that as a desire somewhere within them in order for that to happen. So that's the short answer. If you have any other questions, please let me know. I'd be happy to expound on this. Now, one of the topics that yes. One of the topics that we're going to talk about today, because it's a brand new year, is how to set goals for yourself this year, every year, by the way. Now, I am not necessarily a proponent of setting lots of goals. I believe that, of course, goals need to be achievable and they need to be few, meaning you don't want to set 5 or 10 goals. You want to maybe just set 2 or 3 goals for the year and be reasonable with those goals. If you decide you want to run a marathon, then you have to ask yourself, have you run before? Are you just starting out with that marathon with running? Because that's going to determine the type of marathon you run, meaning how long you want to run. Basically, you get the picture on what I'm referring to. When you are setting a goal, you want to, of course, write it down. You want to have it more than just in your mind. Write it down and make a plan on what it is you want to achieve and how you're going to achieve it. The next step is to enlist the help of a friend, because a friend can help motivate you to achieve the goal. You also want to revisit that goal on a monthly basis. So if you've written it down, make sure that you've put it, you've made a note on your calendar, or set an alert on your calendar so that that goal that you've written down pops up within a week or a month. Every month is my preferred method for this, so that you can adjust the goal. If you change your mind about the goal, that's okay. You don't have to achieve it just because you wrote it down. Maybe something happened and that goal is no longer something that you want to do. Maybe you've changed your mind, and that's fine. But as I said, to achieve goals, make sure that you only set a couple of goals, no more than 3 for the year. And what I like to do is I like to look at my personal life and my professional life. What do I want to do concerning my health? Do I want to improve my health? And what little thing can I do this year to make a shift? It doesn't need to be a big shift. The next thing is, of course, I look at my career goals. What do I want to do there? And I set small, doable goals there. I might set a financial goal too, but that's about as far as I would go. No more than 3 goals. Make sure you write them down. Make sure you set prompts, reminders, so that you can look at that goal and enlist the help of a friend to help you achieve the goal. The other thing is you have to start taking action. So set a date for when you want to start working on this goal or the goals. So that is how I would suggest you start setting goals. Now, the next question that has come up is from Keith, who is in Sioux Falls. Keith asked the question, how do I find out what my life purpose is? That's a really good question, Keith. Now, when you are, or I should say, when I asked this question of myself, what I had to do was go back to the beginning. I went back to what I enjoyed doing as a kid. And because I knew that that joy, that happiness there was something in it that I wanted to bring forward, um, in this incarnation, or not in this incarnation. I wanted to bring forward at a particular time to address the issue of what it is I'm here to do. Because whatever it is that you're here to do, it's related to the joy that you want to feel within you. And that doesn't mean that your life purpose isn't difficult or challenging or anything like that, but it has to be something that motivates you from the inside out. It's not because of money. It's not because you want to please someone else. It's not because you want to look good. It's whatever that life purpose is, it's something that really um, makes your heart sing. And it doesn't mean that you're going to make money with your life purpose. It can, but a lot of times it's not. You could write a book, but there is no guarantee, of course, that your book is going to be a bestseller or sell. If you write a book because you're compelled to write a book, it could be that this is something you just need to put out and introduce into the universe. So, as far as finding your life purpose, another thing that you can do is to go to um, an astrologer and have them look at your chart, so that because life purpose or your mission, the specific mission isn't there because there is so many ways that your chart can manifest, and it's impossible to know which way um, your chart is going to manifest. But what astrology can do is point you in the right direction. And you would still have to feel within yourself if this is something, um, that works for you. So you might be pointed in the direction of being a teacher. Okay, what type of teacher? I mean, is it high school? Is it college? Are you going to be, what are you going to be teaching? What is it you know? What is it that brings you joy? All of this is involved in, or is an aspect of teaching. You can teach. So, anyway, I hope that answers your question. Once again, if you have questions that you want me to answer for you, you please feel free to email me at padmacoach@icloud.com. I am available to answer your questions online. Like I said, I answer them once a week. I answer 2 questions. So I look forward to seeing you back here next week. Bye bye.